Hello, what's here to you, and welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario Odyssey! In the previous episode, we conquered everything in Bowser's Kingdom that we could have done before. And in today's video, we'll be starting off talking to Hint Toad over here, because I don't think we actually demonstrated him before. Having trouble finding power moons? I can help you for 50 coins! Wanna buy a hint? Thanks, I've marked it on your map with the minus button! So doing this will allow you to pinpoint the exact location of the power moons on the map. So going between this and Talkatoo, telling you the names of these levels, it really should help you figure out which power moons are missing. So on personal playthroughs, I usually use this whenever I can't figure out the last of them. But we'll be demonstrating these ones on screen right now, just for the sake of demonstrating what this does. And I believe that's the last of the ones currently. Yep, I can't find any more hints for this kingdom. Alright then, so without further ado, they also stay on the map as well, which is a pretty nice thing for the game to do. So yay, the in-game hint system is actually useful. Take note, Kirsty, and stick a star. Be useful for once. Alrighty then, so there should be a thingy. Wait, what are you two doing up here? There's a spot on the ground around here that shakes when you stand on it. Think something might be buried there? I feel like these two are on a date or something like that, because this is just like a super romantic spot, honestly. Like, yeah, there's like a big scary fortress, but honestly, this is like a super romantic spot, I'm not gonna lie. So he's implying that there's a rumble spot somewhere over here, so as you go across the area, the HD rumble's going off a lot more, so that's pretty fun. The birds nearby will also help you out, so that's pretty cool too. And also, if you're playing on Switch Lite, this is another one of the levels where the screen will vibrate slightly, depending on where it is, because the Switch Lite doesn't have HD Rumble. I spy with my little eye. I found it! That's not it. That's the island that appears from the paintings that takes you to other worlds and things like that, so yay! Where is this stupid thingy? Where are you? Be my friend. Be my friend and show yourself. And a controversial Disney opinion for 2 videos in a row. I liked the song, crap, what's it called? The one that Elsa sings earlier in the song, Into the Unknown, that's the one. I liked Into the Unknown a lot more than Show Yourself. I thought that song was just fine, but Into the Unknown was the one that I liked a lot more. I am fascinated by those creatures with the beaks that stretch out the 2 poke things. I wish I could see one up close. You and me both, pal, because those things are just super cute. Like, it does take a moment to get used to how they control, but I just love the Pokio so much. Like, the thing is, I didn't really think about them that much on my first playthrough of this game, but in subsequent playthroughs and stuff like that, I don't know why. They just seem like they just get more cute every playthrough. And, like, especially with the whole Pokio, that definitely cemented them being, like, some of my favorite Mario enemies in recent history. Go on the top. There we go. Now we're gonna want to go over this way. And the best friend in the whole wide world is going to be on the other side of this building. Hi, new best friend. We'll make cupcakes together. We'll watch Star Wars. It's going to be a fun time. Huzzah! It's one of those animals with a stretchable beak. I have so wanted to see one up close. So the beak rapidly opens up from a microfolded state? Yes! I'm confident that I now understand this odd beast fully. Pokio, Pokio. I'm sorry, I just can't resist singing that now. It's a curse! But with all of that taken care of, we're saving one of the power moons that become available to defeat Bowser for after we uploaded the Moon Rock, and you probably know why by this point. But without further ado, shiny powers activate! Burp, burp, burp. Looks like we've got some things to do. We're the roving racer, stuck between two torches. You see, this is what I was talking about earlier when I was saying that I wish Luigi's Balloon World was located here instead. Because it's such a pain in the butt when, like, there's a balloon up here, and you gotta use the Pokios to climb to the top. You know what? I think that might be the reason why I don't really care that much for the Pokios on a first playthrough. Because of how often you had to use the Pokios to get the balloons in Luigi's Balloon World. That might be the reason why. And like, nowadays I know better, and to just use Luncheon Kingdom to grind up the power moons and balloons and stuff like that, so... Yeah. 5 playthroughs ago, that would have been a nice tune-up. It's funny, because like, I've played through Mario Odyssey... Like, aside from like, maybe Galaxy 2, I think I've played through this game more than any other 3D Mario game out there, but I've only ever actually 100% Luigi's Balloon World once. Alright, so let's continue this way. The destiny is gonna be... Ah! No! That could have ended badly. That could have ended so badly. But I'm glad that it didn't, because I like being an alive person. That's usually a good pastime I could recommend to anybody. Let's go here. And at last we see the light. And it's like the fog has lifted. And another controversial opinion for Disney stuff, I like Tangled more than Frozen. It's like, I really love Frozen and stuff like that, but also, I just think in general, Tangled is a better movie, but it's they're both pretty awesome as well. Frozen 2 is kind of okay, it has some good songs in it, but it kind of has a lot of problems I have with a lot of Disney sequels, but it's still a pretty decent one. But, yeah, I like Tangled more. Also, this one takes a while to get to. The ending checkpoint for this one. This one takes a little while longer to get to than the other ones. Blazing fast, bro. Here's the prize. A power moon. Oh, I thought it was gonna be a cow. We got a new racer. It's Crash Bandicoot! You know, they really want to go crazy for the next Mario Kart game. Like, they had guest characters introduced in... Okay, well, technically, they had them introduced in the arcade games because they had Pac-Man and that one drum thing. But if they really want to go crazy, they could introduce, like, third parties into Mario Kart 9 or whatever. Because we kind of have more guest characters in Mario Kart 8 with... like Link, the Inkling, the Animal Crossing, Villager, and Isabelle. So, like, can you imagine if Mario Kart 9 introduced, like, Sonic the Hedgehog or Crash Bandicoot? That'd be awesome. I don't know if they're ever gonna do that, but, like, you can imagine, like, Smash Brothers levels of hype for, like, third-party characters coming into a Mario Kart game. That would just be super epic. Like, the thing is, I've had an idea like this for a while, like ever since I was a little kid. I've had the idea that if Sonic ever made it into Mario Kart, it'd be the funniest thing ever if he didn't actually drive a car. So like, everybody else is in the car, but Sonic is just running around, and like when you do like a power slide or something like that, he just goes into like a spin dash. Because like, I just think that'd be pretty funny. Everybody else running in the car, and Sonic just keeps running and things like that. Because like, with Sonic Racing, yeah, I get why everybody's in a car, but it's Sonic! He can run faster than the car he's driving! Why is he in a car? But like, yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool too, but probably the character who would cause the most hype for a crossover like that would have to be Crash Bandicoot, because you have Crash Team Racing, which a lot of people would argue is like probably the closest competitor to Mario Kart in terms of like mascot racing games and things like that. So like, having Mario and Crash Bandicoot in a racing game would be really cool. It'd also be really cool if Crash was in Smash Brothers. I'm just saying. Crash and Spyro, like if you want to have easy hype for Smash Brothers 7 or whatever the next one's called, that'd be pretty cool too. Heading over towards the main courtyard entrance. Musical notes! Woo! Musical notes! So go spin the hat in circly loops, and that should be able to help you finish this easily. If you don't use mouse controls, going in circles on the thumbstick will also help that as well. You go a little faster if you use mouse controls, but in case that's not an option for you, or you just don't want to do that, then that's also a pretty good option as well. Come on, and we did it! That wasn't too bad. We got the first one, and as you could probably tell, there's a second power moon on this platform, and it involves a recycled boss fight. Yay! Super Mario Sunshine kind of reference? Kinda? Okay, this is a fight that we've seen before, so I don't feel the need to commentate over the entire thing. So fast forward? Question mark? I don't know if I'm gonna do that in editing, but we might. It always throws me off that this guy only takes 2 things to hit before being destroyed. Because I guess it's not a lot for Nintendo games to hit them 3 times before they die. Yeah, what do I know? The third one at the main courtyard entrance is going to be located over here. And this one is just always really fun. Like, you see these things and you normally think that you probably wouldn't be able to interact with them, but no, that's not the case at all. You can actually interact with them. So jump across here, be super epic and awesome. Cue dramatic music. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. And now for the long journey back. Ooh. Oh no! Ah! This is even more unnecessarily epic. Oh, this is what I've been waiting for my whole life. Every moment I've ever done in my life, every decision has led to this moment of unnecessary epicness! Oh, this one is cute. I always really love doing this one. Like, I remember my first playthrough, like, get on the thing! Okay. I remember my first playthrough, I would do this one over and over again. Because, like, this one was just so much fun. I kind of wish that there were more like it. But, yeah, you don't want too many of the power moons to be the same, so it makes sense why. But at the same time, it's like one of the coolest power moons ever, and you have like 5,000 Koopa races. Why couldn't you have more about jumping across flags and stuff? That one was like super cool. Whee! Alright, we'll be super duper careful. Jump! Alright, and then we'll be able to do the thing, presumably. Hopefully we don't fall to our death! There we go. I was very worried that wasn't going to work for a moment, but it worked! Yay! I am our smarts. Over here on this little island, we got the musical notes. So we're gonna be careful with this. What I recommend you do is I recommend you go to the top of one area and then just kind of like fall to the other one. Because it kind of takes a little bit more time to go back and forth on that one. So that's probably gonna be the best word of advice I could possibly give in my entire life. Taking notes on the wall. The window, the window, the walls, the walls. I won't finishing this song. I see that a lot in the videos, and the thing is, that movie is really funny, but that song probably isn't something that we should be seeing in these videos, honestly. Maybe on the co-op channel, but not here. So the next thing is going to be located over here. Ah, no! I was trying to be fancy and line it perfectly, but then we failed. Oh no. Whatever we gonna do? We did it! Yeah, that wasn't too bad. And jump! Jump! Whee! Super shiny powers! Whee! That one is always fun. Man, the post-game moons in Bowser's Kingdom are just really fun in general. These ones, I love this kingdom, but like I already loved this kingdom so much, and it really bummed me out that we didn't spend as much time in here in the main story as I wanted to. Like, I believe I told the story before, but admittedly I was kind of rushing through the story during the main part of the Let's Play because, we fell. I was kind of rushing through it because I was in the middle of preparing for my college program to end around that time, and I knew moving was going to be a big struggle. Because there was a lot of stuff out of my control that was kind of making it a pain. So there was stuff like that was going on, and I kind of knew that I wouldn't be able to dedicate as much time as I wanted to videos during this set period of time, and I knew that, okay, I have this much time to finish everything I can in Mario Odyssey before a video is going to be going on break for a bit. And that's kind of like the big thing that maybe decided that I kind of just wanted to rush through the story of this game so that we can have a nice clean break from videos during a time where I wouldn't be able to work on them anyway. So yeah, that's kind of the big reason why I rushed through Bowser's Kingdom and the Moon Kingdom. I will say that if I did have to do something like that, I am grateful that it happened at a point where it just made sense to do that. So yeah. In hindsight, I do wish that we could have spent more time here in the main story, but I'm really glad that we were able to get through as much progress as we did anyway in the first place. And then honestly, like the Moon Kingdom, there's not that much that we haven't done in that area yet, so that's probably not really going to be its own video. Why didn't the thing work? Joy-Con work, darn you! I live a full life! We almost didn't make it! And over on this building over here, the horn has gotten shinier. And we know the law of Mario Odyssey at this point. If something is shiny, it is suspicious. This water just looks so relaxing. So, a bit of a fun fact, I love swimming. And like, swimming is usually something like my go-to relaxation thing for whenever I've had a difficult day and things like that, then I would just love to like swim in this water. Like, you ever get that feeling when you play a video game and you see water that your character's swimming through and you're like, man, I really wish I could swim that in real life. That's like the big one for me in this game. Alright, so this one could be a little bit of a pain, but you see those bombs over there. We see these Pokios, who are apparently not waterproof. What do we want to do? Over here, and continue onwards. Oh, almost forgot to say it. Pokio, Pokio. That's gonna be stuck in my head forever. Okay. Alright, so you guys know the thing I said earlier in the Let's Play about that one Kermit the Frog song? Where, like, okay, backtracking a little bit to tell the story for those of you who haven't heard it before. So, one time I dreamt I was going backstage in Disney and I was cutting through the Muppet area, and over the intercom, Kermit was singing a song about forks, and I can't remember for the life of me everything that was in this song, but like the big part of the song was something along the lines of Kermit saying, forks, forks, forks. So after I told my sister that story, she started doing that to my baby niece, where she would just randomly be all like, forks, forks, forks. And now my baby niece does that all the time. It's like one of the most adorable things that I've ever heard, and I just know that if she ever hears Pokio, she's probably going to start doing that too. So, yeah, that's pretty fun. Where is this moon pipe? It's over on the other thing. It's over in that direction. Okie dokie. I lived a full life! Whee! You. That's the game that's the console that this game probably started development on. Because we do know that Mario Odyssey started development in either late 2013 or early 2014. We know that for a fact because like about a year or so after Mario 3D World came out, Nintendo said that they were working on the next 3D Mario game already. And it's pretty safe to say that they were working on Odyssey. So, yeah, they were probably working on it for Wii U at the time, but at the same time, like, maybe they... That's like an interesting question I'd love to have answered someday. Was this game ever in development for Wii U? Because Nintendo did also say Odyssey played a large role in the development of the Switch in general. Because, like, Kojima had said that HD Rumble was included into the Joy-Cons because he wanted to use it in Mario Odyssey. So, like, the development history of this game is very fascinating. It's really unfortunate because there's not a whole lot that's really known about the game outside of artwork and things like that. Like, we don't really know about a whole lot of Scrapped Kingdoms or things like that, but there are some pretty interesting things. Like, one of my favorite pieces of information is the fact that there were, like, when the game launched, there were definitely a couple costumes that weren't available at launch, like the Senna outfit and some of the other things like that weren't available from the beginning, but they added in updates later. There's one that never got included in an update, and this costume was supposed to be based for Link, like Link's classic green tunic. That was going to be a costume in this game, but they never had an update for it. It makes me so sad, because, like, I just would have loved to have seen that. Like, there's even, like, a description in the game's, in the code for what the costume would have said when you bought it in the shop. But we don't actually know why it was removed or anything like that. We don't know anything like that. I don't think we know what it was going to look like. I don't think they finished that, but man, I would have loved to have seen the Link costume in this game. I'm sure somebody who's modded Mario Odyssey has probably added it back in or whatever, but that probably would have been like my most excited moment for like a post-game update costume thingy. Found it! I found the shiny! Are you proud of me? I did it all by myself. So let's go back to the top of the area. Fly, dry bones, fly! I love the dry bones with the mustache. That's adorable. This game really does show. If you want to make something awesome, give it a fake mustache. That is the secret of the universe. Alright, so with all that taken care of, we have one more moon pipe to take care of. And hopefully it'll be a fun time. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember anything about this next one. Like, most of the post-game Bowser Kingdom moon thingies, I didn't practice for. Like, I did practice with the previous episode, but not this one. So, I'm hoping it's gonna be a fun time. Because at least with the other ones, I have somewhat of a vague idea of what is in the moon pipes, but I don't remember anything about this one. It's kind of worrying me. And now for the last batch of Power Moons. Ah, we have 64 regional coins, just like Nintendo 64! Oh, that's my favorite number ever. It makes me sad because at Disney we have lockers backstage, and the locker for 64 is either always occupied or the locker's broken. It's like, why can't 64 and I just get along? I love you, 64. Why don't you love me back? That's a depressing existence. Okay, let's continue on over here and collect our shiny coins. This area over here kind of reminds me of, what's that name? Kingdom? What's the kingdom in Mario Galaxy 2 that kind of looks like a buzzsaw and everything? Let's see. Okay, that could have been a bad. I'm trying to remember what the name of the kingdom is called. There's this one kingdom that has like buzzsaws going off everywhere, and I always really liked it. And now I feel bad because I can't remember the name of it. I just noticed that the Pokio kind of like braces its legs for the jump when you're about to flick upwards and things like that. It's a really cute detail. Man, I'm just finding new things to love about these guys every episode, aren't I? Well, we're gonna want to destroy all these boxes. Because, like we said before, Box Boy is not allowed to exist anymore. No more Box Boy games ever! It's kind of amusing because, like, they did market Bye Bye Box Boy as the last game in the series, but then they came out with Box Boy and Box Girl later. It would be interesting to see if they were to continue the series, because, like, I think if they're going to do anything, they're at least going to make, like, a trilogy compilation game for Switch. Like, it probably won't be, like, a full-price game or anything like that, but they'll at least try to do something to preserve the original trilogy, like, on Switch and things like that, because, like, the original Box Boy games didn't really have anything that made it absolutely necessary to play on 3DS. Like, yeah, they had really cool 3D effects and things like that, but they weren't, like, absolutely required to play through the game. So, like, I could totally see them doing, like, a Box Boy compilation thing for Switch. Okay, so this area can be a little bit tricky. But let's go on top of that. There we go. Okay, basically you want to be, like, on the top of the bottom wooden plank to be able to reach that one up there. So yeah, wasn't too bad. Now there's one more Power Moon left. I don't remember where it is. Ah, I see. Tarzan? Oh, I see. So we're gonna go down here. Okay. Oh, that is. Oh. I don't think I've ever gripped a button on the Joy-Con harder in my entire life. Alright, we did it. That was the last one. Oh boy, we did it. We did it. We did it. Yay. That was such a nerve-wracking one to end off on. But we're not quite done yet because we still have some regional coins to grab, so cue the montage! Woo! DuckTales! Woo! And with all that taken care of... Oh, that is such a good feeling. The next episode, we're doing all this again, but for the Moon Kingdom. And it's gonna be the last post-game kingdom, taking care of stuff from the main story. Hopefully that makes sense, but anyway, thank you all so much for watching this episode of Super Mario Odyssey, and next time, Lady Gator to you. Oh yeah.